foremost, all praises to Yahweh, that we're able to come out here still and edify Israel, right? Bring judgment upon the nations, tell them that their minds, their shortcomings, and at the same time uplift Israel, man.
Right.
To teach them that they are better than what they look at themselves as in the mirror. To teach them that they're the greatest people walking on the earth. But we play that harlot, man. You know, a harlot can't look at themselves in the mirror, man. Give me that in Hosea chapter 4. Start at verse number 14, man. We got to teach Israel to come out of that harlot mind state, that they're nothing because they've been so defiled. What's up, family? How y'all doing? You got 2 seconds to find out who you are according to the Bible. At least hit 2 verses. 2 verses before you leave. All praise to the Most High. So we out here to teach the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans who we are. Right? If I was to ask y'all nationality, what would you tell me? Or your race? African American. Now, when was the term African American coined for our people? It was coined in the 80s, right? We have elders up here who will be older than their nationality, right? So before we was African American, what were we called? Well, yeah, we are the Jews, right? But our nationality has been changed so many times that we lost our heritage. We lost who we are. We lost our identity. We accepted the identity of our oppressors and held on to that. And held that as our pride and joy. But when we go back into the Bible, we find out that everybody in the Bible has the same blood running through you as it does with me. Because we are those people. Right, let's go to Deuteronomy 28 and 15. And like you said, brother, we are the Jews. But we are the Israelites. Right? Jew is just a tribe out of the 12 in Israel. So that's who we are according to the Bible. We're going to show you that y'all will be Israelites in 3 verses. Right? Not 4, not 5, just 3. And you can't deny that you're an Israelite. Right, let's go to 28 and 15.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15.
Bring it out.
But it shall come to pass.
So this is Moses speaking to the Israelites after they came out of Egypt. Right? What's Moses, his famous words that they said to Pharaoh? Let my what?
People go.
Let my people go. So if you're saying let my people go, what's the condition of our people? Oppressed. It's a certain word. Slaves. Right. So this is after the Most High freed the Israelites from slavery under the Egyptians. Right?
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So if we don't listen to the voice of the Lord our God,
to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So the Lord said he's laying in front of the Israelites blessings and curses. So the blessings come if you keep the law, statutes, and commandments, and curses will happen if we're rebellious and stiff-necked. Right? So we're going to read 2 curses that only happen to the 12 tribes of Israel. The so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Americans. Right? And we can't deny it. Right? Let's go to verse 47.
Verse 47.
Start at 48.
48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
So remember, this is Moses speaking to the Israelites. He said that they will have to serve their enemies,
which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger.
So the Israelites have to go to their enemies in hunger. Right? Let's say Chick-fil-A. Who owns Chick-fil-A? Is it our people? What people own it? You can say it up here. White people own Chick-fil-A. White McDonald's. White Wendy's. The supermarkets that we got to go to. But let's say, brother, you had your own restaurant. Where are you getting the material to cook your food at? From your enemies, right? So the Israelites have to go to their enemies in hunger.
And in thirst.
We don't own Deer Park, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, right? The wine companies, we don't own any of that.
Right.
But our enemies do, right? They damn sure, shoot, they charge you, what, $15 for a case of water now? Something crazy, right? And in thirst.
And in nakedness.
And nakedness, right? The clothing you have on. Where you getting the textile and the clothing from? Is it from us or is it from your enemies? From your Nike, Adidas, Polo, Under Armour, right? And let's say this brother has his own clothing company. Don't he got to go to Joann's to get the fabric, right, to make the clothes? So it's like a cut here, a cut there, but it's money coming out your pockets, right? So you got to go to your enemy in hunger, thirst, and nakedness.
Right. And want of all things.
Can you name one thing you don't have to go to your enemy for? Somebody not of your nation? Can you name one thing?
Your faith?
Well, they teach you how to serve the Lord. Don't they got seminary schools?
I mean, but you have to go by their faith.
Yeah, but they teach us how to fear the Lord.
Yeah,
I
get
understand
where
what
you're
you're saying,
coming
sister.
from. Yeah.
But we got to go to them for everything. A job, classes, a loan, automobiles, everything. You got to go to your oppressor. What's this oppressor going to do?
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
So who's the only nation of people to have yokes of iron placed upon their necks by their oppressors? Did it happen to African Americans? Well, that's not true, because the Lord said this happened to the Israelites. Right! And it happened to our forefathers and foremothers. Right? So that's one curse that fits us. Can this man right here with the bald head say that? Absolutely not. His people were oppressing us. He probably has stock in its sugar. Right? He's not going to his oppressors and enemies for food. Right? So how did we get to this land called America? How did our families get it? Say it again?
I said from what we've been taught, they brought us over here.
They brought us over here, right? What means of transportation?
The boat.
The boat. Let's read out the Bible.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68.
Bring it out.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So the Lord said he's going to bring his chosen people back into Egypt again. Now, what was our condition in Egypt again? We were what? So when you hear Egypt in the Bible, it's synonymous with slavery. That's why when you look at the back of a dollar bill, what's on it? A pyramid. It shows you that you're right back in Egypt, which is slavery. Right? So the brother's going to read it verbatim from the top, and we're going to substitute slavery for Egypt. Right?
And the Lord shall bring thee into slavery again.
Right?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
The only nation of people to ever go into slavery as a whole on ships, just like that one right there, the so-called Black Hispanics and Native Americans. But our true nationality is the Israelites. Right? You'll be sold. Start from the top and get somebody.
Verse 68 from the top. And the Lord shall bring thee into slavery again with ships.
Right.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
So that's Moses speaking. Right? Moses didn't live anywhere close to our lifetime. Right?
Thou shalt see it no more again.
We haven't seen our homeland since we left from over there. We don't even know our homeland. We say Africa. Africa got over 50 countries in there. You can throw a dart at Africa and just say that's where I'm from. But have you ever been around a true African? Like an actual African? Y'all don't look like Africans. Right. Y'all don't talk like them. Y'all don't act like them. Definitely don't get ashy like them. Right? So we're not African. That's a lie. They just said that because we have same type pigment. We're better than Africans.
Right.
We're much better than Africans. It's
Right.
not even a question. Right?
And there
Once we got off those slave ships,
ye shall be sold unto your enemies
so we were sold to our enemies.
for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
No man redeemed us out of this captivity. Right from 1600 to 2025, we've been a slave in this land called America. And we have the last names of our oppressors
Teach up.
because they put names on things that you own.
Right.
I'm quite sure y'all had pets before, right? You name your pet, right? That means you own it. That's why our last names are Jackson, Johnson, Brown, Williams, Smith. We can go on for days, right? So we definitely fit those two curses that we just read about, right? So if we fit those curses, and we can't say that these people behind you fit it, the Chinese man, the
Right.
Japanese man,
Right.
the East Indian man doesn't fit it, by process of elimination, who must we be?
Let's work on that.
What's our true nationality? If you don't know, we'll read the next verse and it tells you.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29 and verse 1.
Right?
These are the words of the covenant which the Lord commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel.
No, African Americans.
With
The children of Israel.
Black people.
With
The children of Israel.
So these covenants that the Lord made are with the children of Israel. Right? Oh, no, go ahead. Okay. Okay, yeah, no, I didn't want to interrupt.
No, you was good.
So these covenants and curses and blessings were placed only upon the Israelites. So by process of elimination, we are the Israelites.
Right.
We are God's chosen people. We are the people that you read about from Genesis all the way to Revelations and everywhere in between. So how did we get so lost to think that those people are the people of the Bible? How do you think that happened? And we were stripped from who we were and given something that's dingy, tattered, and torn down. How do you think that happened to us? We were brainwashed, but we transgressed against the laws of our God.
Right.
Because when you read the Bible, he's always referred to as the one true God of what? Israel. He's the one true God of Israel. And before Israel was a place, it was a people.
Right. That's right.
We are those people because we've been stripped from knowing that we're the chosen people. Right? Because hasn't y'all always felt like there's something missing? Like we're so much better than what they place us out to be?
Right.
We all felt like that before.
Right.
Because it's always been in our spirit to know that we're God's chosen people.
Right.
It's always been in our spirit to know that we deserve better than this. But because we transgress against the laws of the Lord, curses befell upon us. That's why we got to work 10, 12 hours a day. Come home, your paycheck get taken out. Taxes for FICA. Taxes for living in the city. Taxes for living in the county.
Right.
You got to pay for water that falls freely from the sky.
Right.
Electricity, that's ridiculous. Right, BG&E charging people $650 a month for electricity. That's how you know we're in a land that doesn't belong to us.
Right.
We're oppressed. Because the Lord told us that we would be the tail and they would be the head because we didn't keep the commandments. Right? So who are we before we go into the commandments of the Lord? What's our nationality? We're Israelites.
Right.
Right? But you gotta say it with confidence.
That's right.
Yeah, you gotta know this, man. This is who we are.
Right.
Right? Like, what's your name, brother? Rob. I can't come up and say, what's up, Jamal? You're gonna be like, who you talking to? My name is Rob. You're gonna say it you're gonna vocalize it so we know. Now you gotta vocalize it because you found out that you one of God's chosen people.
That's right. Right.
Somebody asks you nationality, you say, I'm an Israelite.
That's right.
And you say, I'm from the tribe of Judah. You would be a true Jew, according to the Bible.
That's right.
And the Bible tells you what the Jews look like. Give me that in Jeremiah, chapter 14.
This is the book of Jeremiah.
Now, you said you can't get faith from them, but you've never heard that we were the Israelites in church. They always tell you God loves everybody, right? Go ahead and pass that collection plate, and then they do like 5 or 6 musical sections.
See that?
Right? But that's not how the Bible is. That's not how you serve the Lord. Right? You serve the Lord by keeping the commandments.
Right.
Right? And worshiping the Lord in faith and in truth. That's the only way you can do it. And that's not what you get in these Baptist, AME, whatever church it is. Nothing but lies and falsehoods, adultery, whoremongering. I don't know how many times we done heard about pastors sleeping with members' wives, right? Somebody's pregnant and they don't know whose father it is in the church. That's not serving the Lord. That's how you know the Lord's not dwelling in these churches, right? We got to separate from the establishments that were set up by these so-called white people. Our enemies, according to the Bible.
Right.
Because only your enemy will hang you up like this. And we got to be real. Then what was that? The civil rights movement wasn't that long ago.
Right.
Well, our grandparents lived through it.
That's right.
Right? Bring that up.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 14 and verse 2.
Right.
Bring it out.
Judah mourning.
So the true Jews are in mourning. Right? The tribe that we come from. Right? And we got brothers from the tribe of Asher, brothers from the tribe of Benjamin. It's many different tribes up here. But the Jews are mourning. What does it mean when you're mourning, Rob?
You know,
You sad.
you're going through a lot.
You're going through a lot. The Jewish man, is he mourning? No, he's not mourning. He's living it up over there in Tel Aviv. He owned the Silverman building,
Right.
right? He owned all the banks.
Right.
They the Goldstein, the Sheckelberg, and all that. They're not in mourning. They're living it up. So
Right.
the true Jews are in mourning.
And the gates thereof languish.
So they don't have gates around them. What does that mean when you have a gate around your house? It's for your protection. So what's our protection in this land? We don't got no protection.
Yeah.
We can kill each other freely and nothing happens, right? You could go to, man, I done heard so many times people shot people and they out on the street the next day,
Right.
right? We don't have no protection. Our gates language, right?
They are black
What color are the true Jews?
They are black.
unto the ground. and the cry of Jerusalem is gone up.
So the true Jews are different shades of black. But on twofold, right, we're cast down. We're all the way trodden into the dirt. Because everywhere we look, we're oppressed, we're hurt, we're tired, we're sad. That's why we have hope in the Lord. That's why we have to come back to serve the Lord, because that's where our true protection is. That's where our true salvation is. Right? And on the side note, if you add ISH to the end of a word, it means you're acting like. Like if I told this brother he acting girlish, is he really a girl? No, what's that mean? He acting like a girl, right? So what does it mean if they're Jewish? They trying to be like us.
That's right.
Right? So I know I said 2 verses. I kind of told a lie. But I want y'all to not walk away from here knowing that you're an Israelite, but there's certain things that the Lord requires of us as being Israelites.
Right.
Right? Because I'm quite sure y'all have children. Right? So your children know what's required of you in the house. Right? Make sure the trash is taken out. You use dishes, clean it up. The Lord requires the same thing of us as us being his children and he being our heavenly Father. So we're going to give, that's frankincense and myrrh right there. Right? So we're going to give y'all 3 commandments. Right? Y'all cool with 3 commandments? All praise to the Most High. Let's get the Sabbath. What's up, brother? How you doing? So you might have missed it. We the Israelites according to the Bible. Now we're going into the commandments of the Lord. Right? Because if I was to ask you to name 8 Lil Wayne songs, I'm sure you can do that. But we can't name 8 commandments. We'd be up here struggling, shaking, sweating, might get constipated, thinking too hard, right? But these commandments, this is life and death. If you forsake it, you're gonna die. No ifs, ands, or buts. But if you keep these commandments, it's life. Right, let's go to the Sabbath day.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 8.
We get out.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
So the Lord commanded the Israelites to remember the Sabbath day and to keep it holy. Right, what day is the Sabbath day?
Wake him up,
Saturday. Right?
She told me that.
All praise to the Most High. Today is the Sabbath day.
Right.
Right? But what can't you do on the Sabbath day?
Nothing.
No work, no buying, no selling, no cooking. It's just rejoicing and congregating and getting into the words of the Lord. That's how you keep the Sabbath day. But we're going to read it for you, brothers. They know about the Sabbath day.
From the top. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work.
So you got from Sunday all the way to Friday to do everything you need to do under the sun. Right? You go to school? So you got all that time to do your schoolwork. And if you work, you got all them days you go to work. But what?
But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
Right?
In it thou shalt not do any work.
So you can't work on the Sabbath day. Right? No cutting the grass. No washing the dishes. Right, sister? No turning on some old school R&B and washing the windows and vacuuming. All those days are done away with. We got all the other days to do that.
Right.
But the Sabbath belongs to the Lord.
That's right.
Right?
Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger, that is within thy gates.
So anybody who dwells in your house, your family, you got to let them know it's no working on the Sabbath. Now, because we chose to work, because we wanted to make more money, all these curses happened upon us. Right? We gotta take accountability and put ourselves in these positions. Right? Because we wanted to work on the Sabbath, that's our son or nephew getting ate by the alligator. And that's exactly how it is. Right? This is called chastising from the Lord. Right? Disobedience brings forth repercussions and punishments. And these are the punishments that happen to God's chosen people.
Right.
So from this day forward, right, understanding that y'all are Israelites, no more working on the Sabbath.
Right.
Can we do that? We can do that. We can do that. Like the brother said, we can do that. We have ever sure confidence that y'all can do that. Or y'all wouldn't be standing up here.
Right.
Right? So that's one commandment. Right? We got 2 more. Because this is a huge book right here. Right? It ain't just 3 commandments. It ain't 10. It's 600 commandments. 600 plus commandments. Right? So it takes time to accompany yourself and understanding on how to do it and what to do, right? It took all this time to condition us to the ways of America. We got a lot of time to decondition, or not a lot of time, we got to take a lot of time to decommission from being Americans, right? Let's get another commandment.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 7.
Bring it out.
And the swine.
And the swine, right? What's swine? Pig, right? And the swine.
Though he divided the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you.
Right, he has the characteristics of a clean animal, like a lamb or a cow. He doesn't digest his food properly. Right, they chew on the food and it just sits up inside of them. Right, pigs don't have sweat glands. So all those toxins and stuff that we release from sweat, they don't do that. Right, it just sits all inside of them. They'll be unclean to you.
Of their flesh shall ye not eat.
Read that one more time.
Of
Of
their
their flesh ye shall not eat.
So from this day forward, no more pork.
No more.
No more pork. Right? Is that difficult? The brother started laughing. You eat pork, brother? Well, from this day forward, that's a thing of the past.
That's right.
Right? Do y'all eat pork? All praise to the Most High. Right? No bacon, right? Hold the brother, Rob. You eat bacon? Turkey bacon. Okay. All right, no pepperoni, no pork pepperoni. What about gummy bears?
You said what?
Gummy bears.
Gummy bears?
Yeah.
Pork in there?
Gelatin. Gelatin is made from pork. You gotta say beef gelatin.
Right.
So we gotta be real critical when we look at these ingredients. Because they always try to throw some pork in there for some reason. Lard, right? Right. Shit, what was that stuff called back in the day? Where they mixed everything up? Scrapple.
Scrapple, yeah.
Scrapple. They try to tell you it's beef. It's beef sausage, but it's really scrapple.
They got a turkey scrapple and it still got pork in it.
Right. They give you beef hot dogs with pork casings.
Right.
Right? So we got to be real critical and we got to analyze it to a T when we're looking at these grocery lists. Right? So from this day forward, I know y'all don't eat pork, but you got to take it a step further. Right? Make sure we're not eating anything with pork. Right? And there's more on that.
And their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you.
Right?
These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters.
So now we're going to the waters. Right?
Whatsoever have fins and scales in the waters and in the seas and in the rivers, them shall ye eat.
So we can only eat things in the waters that have fins and scales. Right? Fish. Right? Everybody loves fried fish. Baked salmon. Right? Salmon patties. We go on for days, right? But keep going, King.
And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and any living thing which is in the waters,
Right.
they shall be an abomination unto you.
So anything that comes out of the waters that doesn't have fins and scales is an abomination. It's detestable. We're supposed to hate it. We're not supposed to eat it on a plate with butter. You dip that butter with the crab meat. We can't eat crabs. Right? No shrimp, no lobster, no mussels. What's some other ones? Catfish, squid, calamari, sharks. All that is unclean to you. Right? Do y'all eat crabs? Shrimp? Yeah. Okay. Well, the Lord said we can't eat. You're supposed to say I don't eat shrimp no more.
Right.
Right? So from this day forward, because those are the filtration systems of the water. Right? You wouldn't go eat the filter from your car or the filter from your dryer and just eat it and say that was delicious. That's how we got to look at these animals. Everything has a purpose. And their purpose is to clean the water. But because they had bubblegum shrimp here,
Right.
and they got the rusty scupper there, that's why the harbor looked green one day, black the next, brown another, right? And the brother has it here. This is the sea and the land, right? You can see the difference. One just breathes in water, one doesn't. Right? You got the crab is a spider. What's the other one? Lobster's a scorpion.
Right. Yeah.
And shrimp, they roaches.
Right.
Sea roaches. And that's what we put in our body, and they charging us a crazy amount.
Right.
Saying it's a delicacy. But the Lord commanded us not to eat it. Now, if we were to eat that, that would be a sin. Right? Let me get 1 John. Chapter 4.
Right.
Right? So if you transgress the laws of the Most High, that's what sin is. Right? Sin isn't missing the mark. Sin isn't blinking your eye 3 times and then spinning around. transgressing the Lord's commandments is a sin. Right, bring that up.
Book of 1 John chapter 3 and verse 4.
Bring it out.
Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law.
For what?
For sin is the transgression of the law.
So whenever we break the commandments of the Lord, we're in sin. Now, what does sin bring forth? What do you think it brings forth? Consequences. But it's one key thing that sin brings forth. Right?
Book of Romans chapter 6 verse 23.
Bring it out.
For the wages of sin is death.
Read it one more time.
For the wages of sin is death.
So if we continue to break the Lord's commandments, like breaking the Sabbath, eating unlawful things, right? And there's way more commandments. You know, if time permit, we'll go into much more, right? But if we continue in those actions, the only thing we're waiting for is our casket, right? And these are the repercussions and consequences of us committing iniquity, staying in transgression, winking at Father, right? It's the elders. It was the elders' job to teach us, right? But they were taught wrong because they were scared to stand up against all persons. Now the tides have turned. We got young men out here standing up,
Right.
letting our people know that we're Israelites,
Right.
and that's how y'all come into place. Now it's your time to tell and teach our people that we're Israelites, first by action, by keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, congregating with your people, right? Staying away from the ways of the world, right? So, one more. What's your nationality? Whoa.
I'm an Israelite.
All right, go ahead.
What about you?
That's right.
What's your nationality?
Let's go, Rob.
Oh, there you go. From what tribe? Judah.
All right.
Judah. Now, who else came from the tribe of Judah? Who
Wake
else?
him up. Wake him up.
A very prominent figure in the scriptures. Jesus, right? Who the world calls Jesus Christ. Right? He was from the tribe of Judah. Right? Surely, Jesus Christ, being from the tribe of Judah, didn't look like this man, did he? He did? Oh, okay. I might have misheard you. I'm about to say, Rob, oh man. But we're going to show you what our Lord and Savior looked like, because he came from the same tribe as us. Right? So obviously, he's got to look like us.
Right.
Right? There you go, sister. Whoever got it.
Book of Revelation chapter 1 verse 13.
Bring it out.
It's the book of Revelation chapter 1 and verse 1.
And you see, if you go to church, I guarantee you they wouldn't read any of these Bible verses. You wouldn't hear more than, what, 5? Three. That's pushing it. The brother said 2. Right? Well, let's bring it up.
Book of Revelation chapter 1 verse 1. The revelation of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach.
Now, that's the Lord's real name. Right? The J is only but 600 years old. So a man that lived 2,000 years ago wouldn't have a Greek name if he was a Jew, nor would it start with a J.
Right.
Right? So his real name is Yahweh Shah. It's he who saves or he who delivers. Right?
God.
That's our Lord and Savior's name. Yahweh Shah. But if you're gonna say it, brother, you gotta take the hat off. Yeah, that's reverence unto the Lord. Yeah, go ahead and take the hat off, brother. You amongst family, man. It's all good. To say the name of the Lord,
Right. Say the name of the Lord.
go ahead, just take it off and say Yahweh Shah. So you get accustomed to saying it.
Yahweh Shah.
That's right. That's right.
There you go. You see how fluent it is, man? That's the Hebrew tongue in you.
Right.
That's the Lord's name. And it's much more fierce than Jesus. Right? They say Jesus and mock it and laugh at it, but you never heard anybody mock the true name of the Lord. Yahweh
Right.
Shah. Right?
Book of Revelation chapter 1 verse 1. The revelation of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach,
Hamashiach, it just means the Messiah.
which the Most High gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass.
Things that'll shortly come to, it's all good, that'll come to pass. So Revelation is a book of revealing what's going to happen in the last days. Right? We can jump to verse number 12.
Verse
13.
Verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man,
Right? Son of Man is a title for Yahweh Shah.
clothed with a garment down to the foot.
So he had on a long garment. Right? In the ancient world, we wore, delicate and expensive linen. Right? We didn't wear sweats and sweatpants and jeans and cargo shorts. Right? He had on a long garment down to the foot,
And girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
like a gold WWE belt. Right? You don't You ever seen a white person look good in gold? I've never seen that. If they had on gold, I would be extremely pissed. I might cry, right? But he had on a gold belt, right? A gold girdle.
His head and his hairs were white like wool,
So he had white woolly hair.
as white as snow.
This isn't white, nor is it woolly, right? That's like dirty blonde, and it's like string hair, right? Hair on a horse or a goat, on a goat. That's more tolerable, right? Goats don't have hair like us, right? We have hair like wool. They call it coarse or nappy,
Right.
right? I know you had an afro before you ever got to the back. Well, that joint, it hurt, don't it?
The kitchen.
In the kitchen, like the brother said, right? That's not gonna happen to this man, right? It's gonna just flow through. Right, keep going, King.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
This man has blue eyes. A whole bunch of lies in our face, but we chose to believe the lie instead of the truth, right?
And his feet,
And his feet,
Like
now,
a-
we all got feet up here, right? We were to take off the shoes, brother, you wouldn't have pink feet. You know, Lord forbid, a purple feet. Your feet are the same color as your body, right? So his feet,
like unto fine brass,
so this is fine brass, right? We know brass is the color brown, like a penny.
as if they burned in a furnace.
Now, if you burn anything on the grill, what color is it coming out? It's coming out real dark, black. So this lie has been pushed on our people since we stepped forth in America. That lie has been teaching us to look at them as God and not as one another.
Right.
Right? When we look at you, brother, we look at the Messiah.
That's right.
And that's how we got to look at our people. That'll stop us from murdering each other, hating each other, committing adultery, all lewd acts and heinous acts before the sight of God. And that's why it's important to accept who you are as a nation of people. Right? Because when we don't have a nationality, anything goes. That's why we got all these transgenders.
Right.
Right? We got all these sodomites.
Right.
Right? Everything is in confusion. Right? When the wicked bear rule, everything is no hold bars. You do what you want. But when the righteous are in authority, everything is set in order. And we're getting ready for the righteous to be set in order. Brother, you may be part of the elect.
That's right.
You may be part of the 12 and don't even know it. So now it's time to come back to serve the Lord and keeping his commandments. Right? Let me get Baruch chapter 4 and 1, and we'll give y'all flyers. And let y'all more than welcome to stay up here. Because we be out here for some time. I got you. Well, let me give you this one verse and then I'll give y'all these flyers. And y'all more than welcome to come back out. Y'all family, we just met for the first time today. Right? We got a school not too far up. We don't want y'all to bring nothing but a Bible and a highlighter. So we can study and read and teach y'all the scriptures. Right?
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
This is the book of the commandments of God,
Right.
and the law that endureth forever.
So these laws endure forever. Right?
All they that keep it shall come to life.
So if you keep these law, statutes, and commandments, you're going to come to life. Right? You're going to stand upon your feet as a man and a woman of boldness, as Israelites are supposed to. Right? You read about the mighty acts that happened with our forefathers in the scriptures. Those acts that happen with us just as well.
Right.
But what?
But such as leave it
So if you don't want to keep the commandments,
shall die.
remember the wages of sin is what? Death. Right? So we have to come back to keeping these commandments. Right? So here go these flyers right here. It's a cue card, or what's it called? A QR code, right? On the back, you got the 12 tribes on there. Okay. It got social media, YouTube, and we have the school's address on there. Times that we go.
Are you guys in Philadelphia? Are you guys in Philadelphia?
We are in Philadelphia, on 10th and Market. 10th and Market. I don't know the name of that mall. Right outside of China Shop.
Yeah.
Right.
The gallery.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. So we're out there as well. You know, feel free to come in and talk to those brothers.
All right.
Right? But y'all Israelites.
Right.
God's chosen people.
All right. Have a good
All
one.
right. Y'all as well. Be safe out here. Y'all well. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High, man. Love when Jake is humble.
That's
man.
right.
You can't beat that, man. Right. Let me get Acts 22 and 3. Man.
Bring it up.
Acts 22 and 3. You can't beat that, man. It makes it worthwhile,
That's
man.
right.
It makes coming out to the harbor not as bad.
It's a book.
But you know that the Most High,
Just balance.
He's always has a just balance.
Right.
Right.
So let's bring that out.
It's the book of Acts, chapter 22, and verse number 3.
Bring it out.
I am verily a man which am a Jew.
Which is a what?
Which am a Jew.
So we just ran into the Jews, man.
Right.
We just ran into a man and a sister that knew that they was Jews. They just found out that they was Jews.
Right.
Right? And that's what you gotta love, man. The excitement to find out that you're God's chosen people. That excitement to find out that there's so much more than what the church has been teaching you. Right? What's going on, family? How y'all doing? You got 2 minutes to find out who you are according to the Bible? See? But you like I said, it's a just balance, man. And that day of visitation, they're gonna wish that they stopped and found out how to serve the Lord.
That's right.
Everybody's too cool for the Lord, man. Right? That's the whoredom that Babylon has taught our people. We only have time for things that matter to us. We only have time. What's up, brother? Shalom. Now let's go to Hosea chapter 4. Let's start at verse 14.
This is the book of Hosea, chapter 4 and verse 14.
Bring it out.
I will not punish your daughters when they commit whoredom, nor your spouses when they commit adultery, for themselves are separated with whores.
So we've been separated with whores, man. Things that entice our flesh. Things that make us want to be, what do they call it? Lustful. It called us to be lustful, man. Things that make you sweat in the nighttime, man. The whoredom that Israel enjoys is lewdness, man.
Right.
And we learned it from those people right there, man.
Right.
Right? Because that pornography industry, man, that's a $1 billion industry, man.
Right.
It's a $1 billion industry. Right. But where's the programs for schools?
See that?
Where's the programs to help the widows,
Right.
the children?
Right.
Didn't they just say they're going to cut off WIC?
Yep.
And they're going to cut off SNAP?
Yep.
But I guarantee you they not stopping that stuff in San Bernardino Valley.
Right.
See that?
Right, where people getting folded up like pretzels. Right, keep going, King.
And they sacrifice with harlots. Therefore, the people that doth not understand shall fall.
So the people that don't understand, they're going to fall, man. They're going to get tossed to and fro. Anything is going to pull them away. Right? It's going to be like this, man. No, come to this, come to that, come to this, come to that. That's why it's falling, man. Because the men who were supposed to stand up and be men, they fell to whoredom.
Right.
They fell to whoredom in the midst of our enemies. Right? I don't know about y'all, but if y'all ever watch boxing, if you leave that left guard down, that right hook gonna keep coming.
That's right.
So our enemy saw that we left our left guard down, and we keep getting hit with the same right hook, man.
Right.
It's Earl Spence and damn Bud Crawford all over again, man.
Right.
All over again. Keep going, King.
Though thou, Israel, play the harlot, yet let not Judah offend.
So Israel played the harlot, right? They played the harlot. So Judah is doing the same thing that Israel did, man. We all doing the same thing because the Lord had it set up in the perfect making so that we can be delivered in this. Oh, brother, you recorded. You gotta get one verse, brother. You gotta get one verse since you recorded. Come on up. Come on, brother. Come on, brother. Oh no, we was in the sign too, brother. Come get a verse, man.
You got the top of my head.
Come get the verse, brother. Come on, brother. All right. Well, take a flyer then. Take a flyer real quick. All right. Let me get it.
No, I got it.
All right.
You got it?
Yeah. The brother got the flyer.
He a little clumsy.
Oh man.
Try to get me
It's all good, man. Let's go to 1 Thessalonians, chapter 2. Start at verse number 4, man. Most High willing the brother look into it, man. But that's what the enemy is seeing, man. That's what Esau saw, man. They saw a weakness.
Right.
And what they do, they attacked it over and over and over and over and over, man. And only a fool will keep falling for the same mistakes, man. So what do? We search back and look at our forefathers to see how they overcame their enemies. They abstained from following in their ways. They abstained from eating of their meats. They abstained from dealing with their women. And they drunk from their own cistern, man. And that's what we teaching our people to do, to drink from your own cistern, man. Right. Put down these philosophies. Right. Put down these other books. Right. Put down these things that cause you to err and come back to serve the Lord. Right. Bring that out.
This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse number 4.
Bring it out.
But as we were allowed of God to put in trust with the gospel, even so we speak, not as pleasing men, but God, which trieth our hearts.
So as we've been entrusted right? To help our people put that left guard up, we got to speak with confidence, knowing that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is right there with us to give us the perfect precept, to give us the understanding on how to teach our people. Not to please men, man. I don't give a damn if 500 people or 5 million people watch the channel. We're here to please Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
That's right.
And the word will be spread throughout the four corners of the earth, man. We just went into it in the Sabbath service. Right. The CIA is already watching the Israelites.
Right.
They already watching the videos.
Right.
They got the web board already set up.
Right.
Right, and Orion made that point. He said they gonna know that you serve the Lord, man. They got your address. They got your social. They got the real ID that you got to go to the NVA and get.
Right.
They know everything about you, man. Right. Esau's not stupid. They're a cunning hunter, man.
Right.
You know how cunning you got to be a fowler?
Right.
To be catching birds, man?
Right.
We're a speckled bird, man. And they done caught us, man. So they're so crafty. They do everything and make it into a law, and they trim it to make it seem like it's okay.
Right.
That's why everybody was so willing to get the jump shot in their arm. Right? Because they so crafty and so cunning, they make it seem like it's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Right? The Pied Piper. Right? They play that music and they carried the children away, man. They piped into us and carried the children away, or the children of Israel away, man.
Right.
Now we whatever we want to be called. Right? Keep going with that, King.
Verse number 5. For neither at any time use we flattering words.
So we don't use flattering words when it comes to dealing with the Lord. We may make a joke or something, but we use words that are easy to be understood and obtained. What's going on, family? How y'all doing? I got one question for y'all walk off. What's your nationality?
Nationality?
Yes. No. What is it, brother? I don't know what you mean.
African American.
Now, when did African American become a thing?
When we came to this planet.
You know what's crazy? His wife should be she should be embarrassed.
Right.
She should be embarrassed.
Right.
Like, hold on, son. I need you to answer this question. I need you to answer these brothers so I know you know what you're talking about. Right? But you know, it's sad. It's sad the condition of our people, man. Keep going with that. We don't use flattering terms and flattering tongue. We're not trying to be too deep.
Right.
We make ourselves into the Jews, like into the Jews. All right.
Reading on. As ye know, nor a cloak of covetousness.
Right.
God is witness. Verse number 6. Nor of men sought we glory.
So we don't seek glory of men, man. We don't seek acceptance of anything. Like the brother said, that's off, man.
Right.
Who wants to be accepted of men who can give up the ghost at any second, man?
Right.
Men ain't nothing but ashes and dirt, man. From the dirt we came, from the dirt we must go back into. You know, loosely paraphrasing, right?
Neither of you, nor yet of others, when we might have been burdensome, as the apostles of Mashiach.
Right.
Verse number 7. But we were gentle among you, even as a nurse cherisheth her children.
So when we come out here, man, we try to be gentle with Israel, man. Israel is so easily offended, man. You gotta walk on eggshells with them, man. Like how Esau is that cunning fowler, man. We gotta be the cunning fowler of men, man. We gotta supper men with some bait and then ask some questions and make them think, man.
Right.
Right? And only queers wear green.
Right. See that?
You bring your precept up.
The book of Galatians, chapter 1, and verse 10. For do I now persuade men or the Most High, or do I seek to please men? For if I yet please men, I should not be the servant of Hamashiach.
So if we look to please men, you can't be the servant of the Lord.
Right.
Right? The servant of the Lord doesn't care what man thinks, man. When they brought the Lord up to council, he answered them not.
Right.
Right? He didn't say nothing but I am. Right? Answered one word and that's it. Wasn't no back and forth dialogue, no long conversation.
Right.
Man. We're not seeking to please men, but we're here to seal the elect so that we can magnify the name of Yahweh Shai too.
That's right.
Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, man.
Right.
That's what we're here for, man. Anything less than that is coming short. How you doing, sister? All is well. You got 2 minutes to find out who you are according to the Bible. 2 minutes. 2 minutes not long. They can learn too.
Sorry.
Come on up, sister.
Oh, they know.
Okay, what's our nationality?
I think it's because
Made hard on us.
I think it's because I was Israelites.
God.
Say that again?
I'm reading.
Okay. So we're up here to teach our people, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, that were God's chosen people, the Israelites. We've been stripped from who we were and given titles placed on us by our oppressors, right? That's why when we say, what's your nationality or what's your race, the first thing we instantly go to is black. When black is the color of my brother holding the camera's jacket, right? Nobody up here is black. Right? That's a lie. And anything associated with black is terrible.
Right.
It's disgusting, it's dirty, it's dingy. You can't come up with one analogy that has black in it that's comely.
Right.
Besides black is beautiful. That's the only thing. And that's James Brown. Well, that's I'm black and I'm proud. Right? I think Tupac said, blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. They try to flip it and make it good, but nothing associated with black is good. Give me Jeremiah 17:9. Right, so we've been stripped of our nationality, sisters. We've been stripped of knowing that we're God's chosen people. We've been stripped of knowing that the Most High only loves our people, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And we incorporated everybody else into something that was only exclusive to us. Right, these are your children, right? Now, if you said, I have ice cream for y'all when I get home, that don't include these young brothers right here, because they're not part of your home. So everything that was promised to the Israelites doesn't include everybody. So we're going to show you some of the promises. And we're going to teach you what we have to do so we can teach our young ones how to inherit the promises. Because this land isn't going to last forever. You see what's going on. We almost up out of here. This place is damn near 2 seconds from being destroyed. Right? So it's our job to teach our sisters and our brothers how to come back to serving the Lord. Right? Bring that out. No.
This is the book of Jeremiah. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, and verse number 4. And thou, even thyself,
so you, sister, us,
shall discontinue from thine heritage.
So we've been discontinued from our heritage. We don't know the foods we used to eat before we was taken into captivity by their forefathers. We don't know our customs, our attire, our high holy days that we kept, our language. Everything was stripped from us. But now we speak English. And I shouldn't be able to talk to you in English because this isn't our language. In the land that isn't our land. Right? So we've been discontinued from our heritage.
That I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies.
So the Lord said he discontinued our heritage and caused us to serve our enemies. Now who do you think we serve in this land, sister? You don't have to be candid up here. You can speak freely and truthfully. Who do you think our enemies are that the Lord said we have to serve?
The ones we have to pay taxes to?
Who would they be? Definitely not us, are they?
Majority not.
All of them not. All of them not. The so-called white man. Is the enemy that the Lord said we would have to serve. Right? He's the one, like you said, pay taxes. Let you not pay taxes for 5 years. Where you gonna go, sister?
Incarcerated.
You gonna be incarcerated. Yeah, you going to jail now. Let you not put your kids in their school system. Incarceration, and they gonna take them.
And they'll take your children.
And they'll take your children.
And put them in a system.
You see what I'm saying?
And let them get lost.
And let them get lost. Now, we're not doing that to our own people, are we?
No.
We doing it because the system that they set up. The heritage that we trust in is the so-called white man's heritage. Right? We don't never think, well, what did my forefathers like to do? What did my forefathers, who did my forefathers worship? What did my forefathers eat? Why were my forefathers so austere? Why were my forefathers so feared? We never think these things because we're conditioned to only see the here and now. Right? So we've been discontinued from our heritage. And our heritage is the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. Right? Because we are the Israelites. Let me get Sirach 17. Let's start at verse 17. So, sister, we would be the Israelites. We're God's chosen people. Right? Not this Jewish man right here. Right? And like we said to the other people who were up here, when you add ISH to the end of a word, that suffix, it means you're acting like you're pretending to. Right? So if I say I'm going to see you around 12-ish, does that really mean I'm going to see you exactly at 12? Somewhere around there, right? So if they're Jewish, what does that mean, sister? they're not really Jews.
Surrounded.
Yeah, they just around it and they took it, fed off of it, and just culture vultures.
Right.
Right? You ain't never heard us call one another a culture vulture.
Right.
Right? That only applies to people who are not welcomed around.
Right.
They steal it and then they take it for their own. Right? Bring that out.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 17 and verse number 17.
Bring it out.
For in the division of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people. But Israel is the Lord's portion.
But the Israelites are the Lord's portion. Right? So everything that you read from Genesis to Revelation, it pertains to us and your children.
Right.
Right? So for us to be able to obtain these promises, we got to come back and keep in the law, statutes, and commandments. Go ahead and finish that off, okay?
Verse number 18. Whom, being his firstborn, he nourished with discipline.
He nourished with discipline. Right? And these law, statutes, and commandments are discipline. Right? Because in this land, you can do whatever you want. Right? You could be a freak. Right? We was in Cleveland. They had a whole convention of animals. People dressed up as animals. I forgot what they was called. Furries. Right? Furries. That's not discipline.
Right.
Right? And here you can change your gender. You can do whatever you want in America. When you come to serve the Lord, you have to have discipline.
Right.
You have to be sincere and disciplined. Right?
And giving him the light of his love, doth not forsake him.
So the Lord never forsook us. We just didn't understand that the Lord was with us. Because to know that your child is there and you're disciplining them, the children don't know they're being disciplined. They just go on with it. They may find it oppressive or they may be angry, but it's for their benefit.
Right.
So the Lord is nourishing us with discipline. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 22 and 5. Right, so we're going to give you some commandments, sister. So you will be an Israelite 9 times out of 10 from the tribe of Judah. Right, you would be a real Jew. You would be a Jew.
Right.
Right? It fits you much more than Finkelstein.
Right.
Or Goldberg.
Right.
What's that one?
Dingleberg.
Right? It fits you much better. Right, bring that out.
It's the book of Deuteronomy.
Oh, hold on. Could be.
Bring it out.
Yeah, it could be. I'll say it. You never know. Never know. Well, sister, here, you pass that to the sister. I'll take it. Right. What thou says, you never know. Yeah. Right. Let's go to. Shoot, I found it. I don't even know where we go now. Let's go to 1 Peter, chapter 1, and we can start at verse number 20. Right. 1 Peter, chapter 1 and 20. How y'all sisters doing?
This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 1, and verse number 20.
Bring it out.
Who verily was foreordained before.
Start at 18.
Verse number 18. For as much as ye know that ye were not redeemed with corruptible things, as silver and gold.
So we weren't redeemed from the ways of this world with silver and gold, right?
From your vain conversation received by tradition from your father. But with the precious blood of a Mashiach.
So we're saved through the blood of the Lord, right? So the blood of the Lord is here to redeem us and save us from sin. Right? Do y'all say? One verse. What's sin?
Sin is like steal.
When you steal?
Yeah.
Right, what you say, sir?
Sin is like make mistakes and we do it all over again and then what you mean?
Make mistakes. Well, let's find out what sin is according to the Bible. Right? That's a whole bunch of different answers. Right? Surely the Lord will give us the answer, right? Well, let's find out what it is.
The book of 1 John chapter 3 and verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law.
So the Lord came to redeem us from sin, which is the transgression of the commandments of the Lord. Right? Would y'all be able to name 3 commandments of the Lord?
He's literally just sharing some information. I don't probably misunderstand.
But if I was to ask you to name me a Cardi B song, y'all be able to do that quickly, wouldn't you? Or a Megan Thee Stallion song. You see, and that's the problem with our people. Right? We value things that have no value. Right? These scriptures have been around much, much longer than these musical tunes. And they're way more important than these musical tunes.
Right, right.
So we're going to teach y'all some of the commandments, sister. Because y'all would be Israelites.
Right.
Right? Y'all wouldn't be black women or African American. Y'all would be Israelites. God's chosen people. Right? Because we come from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Right? Those are our forefathers who we don't know about. Because we never took the time to open our own photo books. Right? Don't y'all grandparents or your parents have photo albums? Well, when they were still here, I'm sorry to hear that. Didn't they have photo albums? Well, I'm sure they had photo albums. Right? You open the photo albums? Yeah, most definitely. Everybody in the photo album, they looked like you, didn't they? We all looked alike in the photo album. But now we're finding out that the Bible is our photo album. These are the people who look like us because they are us.
Right.
Right? Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 22. Well, let's go to Leviticus 11 and 7. Let's start with that.
Book of Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 7. And the swine.
So this is a commandment. Remember, what is sin? When you break the Lord's what? Transgression. When you transgress the commandments. Right?
And the swine.
So swine is pig. No, you good, kid. Swine is pig, right?
Though he divided the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you.
So the Lord said the pig is unclean to us, right?
Of their flesh shall ye not eat.
So we can't eat pork, right? Remember we just read that if you break the Lord's commandments, it's a what? It's sin. So eating pork is what? So from this day forward, sisters, what can't you do? Eat what? Pork. Eat pork, right? Yeah. So no pork bacon, no pork sausage, right? No pork pepperoni, right? What up? No pork scrapples, right? No pork chops, right? No grinds,
pork grinds, right?
Shoulders, pig feet, none of that. Pig ears, hog ball, pig snout. You better not eat a pig snout, right? So from this day forward, y'all sisters can't eat pork, right? Can y'all do that for the Lord? For the Lord. For the Lord. You sure?
Yes.
All right, we got ham sandwiches. Y'all want some?
I'm hungry. I do.
You want a ham sandwich?
Yeah.
But the Lord said that we can't eat pork.
I don't know what to do.
Well, you got to listen to the Lord.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to do what the Lord told you to do. Right? So from this day forward, no more pork. Right. Not because we said so, but because the Lord said so.
The Lord.
If you want to continue to eat pork, you're going to end up dead. Right? Because pork got all these different toxins in them. It's the number one meat, parasites, like the brother said, the number one meat that's a carcinogen, which gives you cancer.
Right.
Right? That's why our sisters have breast cancer.
Right.
Right? Stomach cancer. All the pork is containing enzymes and parasites and toxins, and it's destroying our body. So no more pork, sisters. Right? The Lord loved you so much, he said y'all deserve better than pork. Right. Y'all deserve some delicious chicken.
Right.
Right? Y'all deserve lamb. Right? Cows.
Right.
Right? So much better food to eat than pork.
Right.
Right? A trash can.
Right.
With 4 legs. Right? Keep going.
Come. Of their flesh shall he not eat, and their carcass shall he not touch. They are unclean to you.
Right.
These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters.
So now we're going to go to the waters, right? Everybody loves the food that comes out the water, right? Everybody does.
Whatsoever has fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat.
So what can you eat that comes out the water?
Fish.
Fish. But it has to have what?
Scales.
And what else?
I don't know.
Start with an F.
Fins.
There you go, sister. Right? So it's got to have scales and fins. That's what we can eat that come out the water, right? You can have salmon, right? Snapper, trout, flounder, right? Cod, red herring. Like the brother's about to go off on the fish list.
Right.
Right? But there's an alternative to things that you can eat. Things that you can't eat, right?
And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you.
An abomination is something disgusting, something you hate. Like if I were to just spit right in front of you, you'd be like, oh, what the hell is wrong with you? That's how you got to look at these animals that don't have fins and scales in the water.
Right.
So what are some animals that our people love to eat that don't have fins and scales? What you say, sister? She been giving all the answers. What you say? You don't know any animals in the water that don't have fins and scales?
Turtles.
Turtles. You can't eat turtles. Right? What else?
Horse. A horse.
Well, a horse don't live in the water. Well, no, you can't eat a horse.
Seahorse.
What about?
Oh, you said a seahorse.
I said a horse, but that can go.
Yeah, there you go, sister. You can't eat seahorses. What about crabs?
I don't eat crabs, but yeah.
You can't eat crabs.
We can't eat crabs. She
Does it
loves
have fins and
crabs.
scales?
No.
So you tell me the answer, sister. Can we eat it?
No.
All praise to the Most High. Right? What about shrimp?
No.
Why not?
We don't got no fins
Well, what else?
or scales.
There you go, sister. Right? You see how easy it is?
Yeah.
So from this day forward, no horses, no pork, no shrimp, crab, lobster.
I love shrimp. I love seafood, but I don't eat crabs.
Well, sister, you gotta hate it.
Right.
I gotta hate it.
You have to hate it. It's an abomination.
Right.
It's detestable and disgusting.
Right.
Right? So the next brother is going to give you a few more commandments that I didn't get to touch on. Right? So y'all sisters don't leave.